Norway is on the brink of becoming the first country to achieve a monumental milestone, phasing out fossil fuel cars entirely. With electric vehicles, EVs, making up nearly 90% of new car sales in 2024, this Nordic nation is leading the charge toward a sustainable future. But what can other countries learn from Norway's success? From fossil fuels to electric dreams. For more than 75 years, Oslo-based car dealership Harald Müller has been a key player in importing Volkswagens to Norway. However, in early 2024, the dealership bid farewell to internal combustion engine ICE cars, shifting entirely to electric vehicles. It's hard to go back, says Ulf Tor Hekneby, the dealership's chief executive, as he walks through a showroom now filled exclusively with EVs. Long-range, high-charging speeds, it's clear the future is electric. In Norway's capital, Oslo, EVs are more than a trend. They're the norm. Most cars on the road boast an E on their license plates, signaling their electric status. In 2024, EVs even outnumbered petrol cars for the first time, with battery-powered vehicles making up nearly a third of all cars on Norwegian roads. How Norway became an EV pioneer. Norway's electric revolution didn't happen overnight. According to Christina Bø, Secretary General of the Norwegian EV Association, it began as early as the 1990s. Policymakers gradually introduced higher taxes on petrol and diesel vehicles while exempting EVs from taxes. It's all about making zero-emission vehicles the most attractive choice, says Bø. Early government support for local EV manufacturers, like the Buddy and THINK City, laid the groundwork for what would become a nationwide shift. Although those manufacturers eventually shuttered, the incentives for greener vehicles remained and grew. Today, Norway's ambitious goal of selling only zero-emission cars by 2025 is within reach, thanks to a combination of long-term policies and strong infrastructure investments. Incentives that drive change. Norway's approach has focused on steering consumer behavior rather than outright bans. Fossil fuel vehicles face higher taxes, registration fees, and import duties, while EVs enjoy perks like VAT exemptions, free parking, discounted road tolls, and access to bus lanes. These policies have proven highly effective. In some months, sales of electric cars in Norway have reached a staggering 98%, leaving petrol and diesel options nearly obsolete. For many Norwegians, like Stolfayen, who bought his first EV 15 months ago, going electric isn't just environmentally conscious, it's economical. With no taxes on EVs, the decision made financial sense, Fayen says, adding that Norway's extensive charging network eases concerns about range limitations, even in cold weather. Charging ahead. Norway's EV infrastructure. Norway boasts more than 27,000 public chargers, making EV ownership convenient and accessible. This is significantly higher per capita than countries like the UK, where there are only 89 chargers per 100,000 people, compared to Norway's 447. At petrol stations, fuel pumps are increasingly being replaced by fast charging points, reflecting the nation's commitment to its EV future. The role of wealth and renewable energy. Norway's vast oil and gas exports have provided the financial flexibility to invest heavily in EV infrastructure and absorb the loss of tax revenue from petrol and diesel sales. The country's sovereign wealth fund, valued at over $1.7 trillion, has been a critical enabler of these bold policies. Moreover, Norway's abundance of renewable hydroelectric power ensures that EVs are truly green, with 88% of its electricity coming from hydro sources. Lessons for the world. Christina Bø believes that Norway's model can be replicated elsewhere, but acknowledges that each country must tailor its approach. It's not about a green mindset, she explains. It's about strong policies and demonstrating that EVs are practical. While other nations like the UK and the US are making progress, EVs accounted for 20% and 8% of new car sales in 2024, respectively. They have a long way to go to catch up with Norway's success. The road ahead. As Norway edges closer to its 2025 goal, it sets an inspiring example of how to achieve a sustainable transportation future. With a combination of policy, infrastructure, and incentives, this small Nordic nation is proving that the electric revolution isn't just possible, it's inevitable. For the rest of the world, Norway's journey serves as a roadmap for how to accelerate EV adoption and reduce carbon emissions. The question is, who will follow in Norway's tire tracks?